help support yourself by sitting on a block or a pillow or something like that, even a folded up blanket. But once you're ready, sit up nice and tall. For the first few cycles of breath, remember long, slow breaths. We're going to just butterfly the legs. If this hurts your knees for any reason, just don't do this. You can just... So it's basically a stretch for the hips, inner thighs, mostly inner thighs. Sit up tall. Deep breaths in. And long breaths out. Now, we're going to be here for another 2 minutes. You can stay here. If you're tall enough and you need support, you may have your hands down behind you. It doesn't usually work for short-limbed people. Or you can bow in. But close your eyes. Deep, slow breaths. Oxygenation is what helps our bodies to let go. And it also is a great pain reliever. It's nourishing and nurturing for every cell, for the fascia, the muscles, all the soft tissue areas, bones, the skin. If you're folding, try not to round your back because it prevents us from getting deeper breaths. You still want your chest open. Relax your jaw. Take about 3 more cycles of deep, slow breaths here. If you're down, slowly come up. If you're butterflying your legs, just relax that. We're going to take this position on the ground onto our backs. So again, for me, I know my left knee, it's just up, and I feel like I'm holding my leg up. Now some people don't feel like they're holding their legs up, but it's much better to support your body with pillows or whatever you have around so that you can let go of holding your body up, and instead you can feel the breath doing its job, which is that filling up, that expansion, that nourishing on the inhales, and on the exhales. It may be your legs, maybe your shoulders, something. The back of your head might get heavier. Just let it fall to the earth. And we're going to be here for 2 minutes. Supta Baddha Konasana, one of my least loved stretches, but probably something I need. Most people really dig this one. Any arm position. Sometimes people like to have their hands resting on their belly that feel the breath, the thighs. I'm going to come into goalpost arms. So it's a position of surrender. Close your eyes. It's going to be about 10 more cycles of the deepest breaths you can. And again, the inner gaze is resting about 2 inches below the navel. So we're working in that second chakra, the sacral area, hips. It has a water energy, a fluid energy, a feminine energy, the energy of creation, creativity, creating, soothing. Notice if you're trying to hold your head or your shoulders up. I catch myself doing that a lot. That's the only reason I'm able to know how other people are feeling sometimes, because it happens to me too. So on the exhales, you can let that go. Just vent it out. If your legs were pretty close to the floor before, and you want to see if they've started to loosen up, you can move your blocks a little further out. You have about 5 bonus breaths here. Alright, so keep your right leg how it is in that position, unless there's pain. It may be uncomfortable. I mean, we have discomfort if we stay in one spot for too long. We're going to undo the left leg out of the position and lengthen it long on the mat. So nice little relief for the hip flexors. Now, several choices here. If you need more stretch for the hip flexor on that left side, you're going to flex that left foot. It'll get into your calves too, which I know you guys will like. Flex that foot and imagine that left calf pressing into the earth. But we're going to be here for a little while, so it may become kind of tiresome. Otherwise, you can just let that foot be in its natural position. And if you need a little more stretch, it's a different kind of stretch. You can extend that left arm long behind the head. And if you still need more in that left side body right around the hip, you can curve your body a little bit to the right in the upper body so that the left arm is crossing over the midline just the littlest bit. So doing all those things at the same time is pretty tough. But breathe deeply and slowly. Just about 5 cycles of breath here. release. Have both knees bent with the feet on the mat far apart, and just for a moment let your legs rock from side to side. So we're going to do that on the other side. So that left leg is going to fall open. Maybe it's a little bit lower than it was before. Maybe it's not. Either way is fine. And we're going to extend the right leg. You can stay here or make it yours. Deep, deep breaths. That's really the key. Even if you were still on your mat, not even doing these positions for 40-45 minutes, or 3 minutes, breathing deeply and mindfully, you'd feel a lot better. So being in the positions just helps us to open up a little space to get that prana, that life force, flowing in. And what we need flowing out. What we don't need flowing out. What we need flowing in, what we don't need flowing out. Take one more cycle of breath here. And then bring it back to center. Undo the legs with the knees bent, feet far